In this video, you will see how FortiManager and FortiAnalyzer integrate with a wide variety of complementary solutions, including AWS, ServiceNow, and Splunk. First off with Splunk, what you're seeing here is you're seeing that we have multiple FortiGate devices currently being managed by FortiManager. All logs are sent to FortiAnalyzer, which also forward them to Splunk. The default landing page in Splunk shows that FortiGate system events. Let's take a look at the Fortinet app for Splunk. The overview screen shows the number of devices, sessions over time, and other statistics. You can view sessions per FortiGate, the top 20 applications, threats, applications by geo. The traffic dashboard shows much more detail about the traffic. A variety of filtering criteria is available to make it easy to find what you're looking for. The threat dashboard shows much more detail about the different threats that were detected. Fundamentally, the application is free. It can be downloaded in your Splunk instance from the Splunk marketplace. With ServiceNow, FortiManager and FortiAnalyzer integrate with ServiceNow leveraging a turnkey API. A ServiceNow user is configured in the analyzer, so ServiceNow can communicate with FortiAnalyzer. From Fabric View screen, a ServiceNow connector is configured so Analyzer can communicate with ServiceNow. Here you're seeing the properties of the connector. The system properties screen is where you configure the ServiceNow to integrate with FortiAnalyzer. Let's look at how these products work together. From the FortiAnalyzer Event Manager, you can view all the events generated by FortiGates. With the right click on the event, you can choose to raise an incident, which would open an incident in ServiceNow. You can then set the category, severity, status, and also triage it within ServiceNow. And in turn, through ITSM, you can create an ITSM incident within ServiceNow. Once the incident is triaged, it can be integrated with FortiManager. We can select the config template from the FortiManager screen, and we can set the approval to approved and submit to FortiManager. ServiceNow automatically connects to FortiManager and pushes the policy change to block the endpoint IP address. From a FortiGate quarantine monitor, you can, for example, confirm that the endpoint was quarantined. So net, what you've seen here with ServiceNow is we have two applications, one for FortiAnalyzer and the other one for FortiManager. The FortiAnalyzer application on ServiceNow enables better triaging of incidents within ServiceNow so that you can create remediative actions leveraging the FortiManager application to, for example, do, in our instance, quarantining the endpoint. Now let's look at Amazon AWS. FortiManager integrates with AWS. From the Fabric View, we can very easily set up the AWS connector. You just need to enter your ID, your access key, your region, and the VPC ID, and you're all set. FortiManager will communicate with the AWS VPC and retrieve your AWS systems as address objects, and these can be added to your object configuration as firewall addresses. Now you can create policy to control access to your AWS infrastructure, and in this rule, we have added them to the source address field of the policy. Lastly, let's look at custom integration. Fortinet has an extensive API support for customers that want to create their own scripts to monitor or manage their FortiManager and FortiGates. Here's an example of a Python script that is used to perform audits against managed FortiGates. The script checks the FortiGate config and compares it to an audit file. The audit file contains the expected API responses for a given API call, which creates a pass-fail condition for the audit. Let's run the script and see what happens. In this example, the script connects to the FortiManager and retrieves the FortiGate config for FOR6 add-on. As the script runs, you can see many different pass-fail conditions, and at the end is a summary of a device audit and compliance percentage result for each audit. This is just one example of many capabilities available when using the FortiManager REST API. Thank you.